more coming up now. Please stay. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon. My name again is Helena Nyeweja, and we start from here. 2 people have been confirmed dead following the collapse of a 3-story building in Aveno in North Kaneshie in the Greater Accra region. Now, authorities said the bodies of 2 victims were recovered from the rubble after hours of intensive rescue efforts on Sunday, June 7. 2 other individuals were rescued alive and rushed to Ridge Hospital, where they are currently receiving treatment. There's more in the following report.
Coordinated efforts from personnel from various emergency response agencies, including the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Armed Forces, and the National Disaster Management Organization, at the scene working to clear the debris and rescue occupants believed to be trapped in a building right opposite Malcolm Place in the industrial area close to Kaneshie. After hours of search, the combined team were able to rescue 1 lifeless male body. In an interview with one Rabiu, a caretaker of the building, he alleged that the deceased, an Okada rider, attempted to video the collapse of the building, which eventually ended his life. He added that another victim, who is also a woman, also lost her life in the process.
I'm saying 1 pillar na head ebu here to know what you know about down to any security man. Into about down I say or person video so into no video no more na there. I'm say I know ebu here to security man no fan say. I know wisdom no nka no so all fan say na. Okoshia akonshia no. Oh wisdom.
There was a caretaker for the building called Wisdom. He was capturing the collapse of the building with his phone. Unfortunately for him, he lost his life through the process. Others got injured and are currently being treated at the Ridge Hospital.
Now, Ebinuda Mox, it will be so prior at the local hospital. Anna, one guy and so a prior, but I don't know or this side, but I don't know as I am saying, Monsieur, I don't know where then go to. James affecting the spinal cord on also in the hospital. And so far, I had woman bako. I was a young
Diana Nyankupa, CEO of Peace Watch Ghana, called for the enforcement of standards.
But we don't talk about all these things, or even if we talk about it, we will not even continue, then we will leave it. And nobody will do a follow-up. And always familiarity. I'm from this party, MPP. I'm from NDC. Everything we have turned it into politics. So that is why we are seeing all this. But if people are ready to work, I don't think some of these things will do what will happen. And they should allow the authorities also to work. Because the moment that somebody is doing something, you see it and you know that what the person is doing is not good. I'm NDC, I'm MPP. Then people will start agitation and they will start making noise. Then I will not vote for NDC, I will not vote for MPP. That is why we are seeing all these things. So I think Ghanaians, 69 years, I think we should grow up and stop some of these petty things so that some of these things will not happen.
Mayor of Accra, Michael Kpakpo-Alute, described the incident as unfortunate, adding that the assembly will definitely crack the whip.
As a AMA, I can tell you that every permit that we give now, we have to go to the site, make sure we do every checks before we give you the permits. And because of that, AMA is raising a lot of revenue. We will not just wake up and give you permit without knowing this is where the site is. This thing that they have done there is quite unfortunate. But if you can see, there is no cement even in it. You can see the iron rods, sort of 5'8", maybe they use lesser. I think it's just the contractor or whoever put up the building didn't take good care of things. It's somebody's mistake that has caused this. So we need to find out whose mistake and let's make sure we deal with the person.
The building, a 3-story structure that was still under construction, is believed to have been designed as a residential building with shops on the ground floor.
That's rather unfortunate, but the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has called for strict adherence to building regulations and greater accountability following the collapse of a building at Aveno in North Kaneshie near Milcom Plus. Now, she made the remarks on Sunday, June 7, when she visited the scene of the accident, and one person has been confirmed dead and 2 others remain trapped under the debris as rescue efforts continue.
During the visit by the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, it was revealed that the building lacked structural integrity, which may have contributed to the collapse.
Trapping suspected 4 people, but 2 people were rescued. Currently, 2 people are currently trapped under the rubble. 1 person is suspected to be located around this dinner area, and the second person is around this dinner area. Hence, the reason why we have put the 2 machines to try and clear the debris from that frontage. We also noticed that the second building, which was also linked, is currently not structurally sound and might need to come down as soon as possible. We are currently linking up with the Distant Assembly to organize for it to bring it down. But for now, our concentration is to rescue the people who are currently trapped under the building. Yes, madam.
Speaking to the media, the Vice President stressed that many such incidents are preventable if stakeholders consistently do the right thing and comply with established rules and safety standards. She noted that while rules may not always be popular, they are essential for order and safety.
This is not the sort of thing we want to wake up and see or even hear, but sometimes it happens. What I want to say is that there are times when nature will take its course. That is why we have force majeure. In other words, there are things that you cannot prevent. But my colleagues, my friends, there are many things we can all prevent. And it's about doing the right things. We know them. We don't need to wait. As we are standing here, we are told that somebody is trapped in there. Why should this happen? Because somebody didn't do the right thing. You see, when people step out to do the right thing, all of us should support them. Sometimes we don't. We even isolate them and we make the world believe that they are rather the ones doing the wrong things. What is worse than somebody trapped in here? Even if you are trapped in your car, how will it feel?
The Vice President further called for thorough investigations into the collapse and urged all responsible parties to fully cooperate.
All I'm saying is that let's abide by the rules. I said only yesterday or so, the rules never make sense. Nobody likes rules, but we need rules. Otherwise, nothing will function. And we need to do proper investigation. We must all open ourselves to be held to account. It's all of us. This really maybe needn't have happened. But what could we have done? What do we do to ensure that going forward we are not seeing many like these? We all know the right things to do. Let us make them possible.
Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman emphasized the need for enhanced supervision and enforcement of building standards to safeguard lives and property.
Now, for Interior, Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak has announced that 16 buildings in the Greater Accra region have been declared structurally unsafe and will be demolished in the coming days to avert potential disasters and protect lives. Now, the move comes in the wake of the collapse of a 3-story building at Aveno in North Kaneshie on June 7.
The men, police, fire service, and all the rescue team that move, they will continue to be here. The 28 engineers will be here. So the last thing is that, and if can necessarily, we may even have to come back. But we want to assure you that this cannot go unpunished. I mean, there are things that are natural, and God will take care of the supernatural. But for the natural one, we have to take care of it. National Disaster Management Organization and the 48 engineering to assist in bringing most of these buildings down before they cause these unnecessary deaths. So we want to thank all of you and to assure you that definitely we'll have to investigate the cause of this building, which I know fire, the police, and the rescue team will be doing. So that we'll be able to tell public what exactly happened and what went wrong. How do we prevent this from happening? Like the Vice President mentioned. So I want to thank all of you for your time and your cooperation. Thank you so much.
Now, a joint technical investigative committee has attributed the collapse of a multi-story building at Medina in Accra to a combination of regulatory violations, structural defects, and unsafe construction practices. Now, the committee tasked with probing the recent building collapse within the La Quantanan Medina Municipal Assembly has released preliminary findings pointing to serious regulatory breaches and structural deficiencies as the primary causes of the disaster. There is more in this report.
The committee, made up of structural engineering specialists and representatives from the Ghana Institution of Engineering, the Institution of Engineering and Technology Ghana, and the Architecture Registration Council, expressed condolences to the family of the deceased and wished the 5 injured victims a speedy recovery. According to the reports, the project was undertaken without the necessary statutory approvals, including approved architectural and structural drawings, building permits, and other mandatory technical documentation. Investigators also found that stop work directives issued by the Municipal Assembly were ignored, with construction continuing despite regulatory interventions. The committee revealed that an additional floor was being added to the structure at the time of the collapse. The unauthorized extension reportedly placed excessive loads on a building that had not been designed or assessed to support them. Occupants were also present in parts of the building while construction was ongoing. A preliminary engineering assessment identified major structural weaknesses, including discontinuous load-bearing columns, inadequate support systems, poor quality concrete, and improperly detailed reinforcement. The committee says the pattern of failure is consistent with a progressive or pancake collapse, where the failure of key structural element triggers the collapse of successive floors. Meanwhile, the committee has recommended that NADMO maintain a secured perimeter around the site, while unstable sections of the remaining structure are carefully dismantled to protect the public and support further investigations. A comprehensive final report is expected after laboratory tests and additional technical assessments are completed.
Now, the 6th Ghana Ministers of State Awards held in celebration of excellence in public service has generated heated debates as Ghanaians question the nomination criteria and more. Speaking on Good Morning Ghana, 2024 flag bearer for CPP, Nana Akosua-Frimpong, acknowledged the importance of recognition while describing such award ceremonies as an unnecessary show. Founder and President's Consumer Protection Agency, Kofi Kapito, emphasized mediocrity as the Ghanaian problem.
But I think this kind of show is not necessary, especially within the situation that we have here. Look at the situation of the Greater Accra Minister.
Yeah.
I think as a person and an individual, she's doing her best. Just that the problems of this country are so huge that we need to rise up and be able to come out of this political trap that we are in, trying to please or follow a manifesto, when it's not necessarily affecting the lives of people, majority of the people. If you look at what Honorable Ablakwa has been doing, you would really understand especially just this coming down of the people from South Africa. Right. I can understand how somebody or anyone would say, let's recognize him for his efforts. And it's important we do that so that others would continue.
Right.
However, it is his responsibility to do the things that he has done.
Okay.
And so for me, I want to find out whether more could have been done.
It hurts me when we are in 2026.
Yes.
If you were in 1957, I can understand some of these things.
It would happen.
But this year, look, we live in a country where maybe because of lack of opportunities, lack of people even being given jobs for them to do, people sit somewhere and do whatever they want just to get over, which I don't fault them. But like Nana said, if you want me to appreciate the job of a minister, right? He used Mr. Okudzoto Ablakwa as an example. Without due respect, a foreign minister doing what Okudzoto Ablakwa did is not my business.
Okay.
He didn't do anything extra. He didn't go any extra mile. He didn't go any extra mile. I mean, it's not like he went and saw somebody there. He used his own personal money to go and bring them. We pay for the trip.
Right.
What's so special about it? He was just doing his duty.
Right.
And I like that he was able to do his duty.
Right.
But there's nothing special.
Right.
This thing is done over.
Okay.
Because we like mediocrity. Okay. We applaud people for not doing too much.
Away from that, let's now turn attention to agriculture. The NPP's flag bearer, Mahmoud Bawumia, has announced plans to develop an alternative policy on framework to address the challenges facing Ghana's cocoa industry following concerns raised by farmers and stakeholders across the sector. The move comes in wake of the government's February decision to set the cocoa producer price at 41,392 per ton, equivalent to 2,587 cedis per bag for the remainder of the 2025-2026 crop season. To assess the situation, the minority caucus established a committee chaired by the minority chief whip Frank Anodompre to tour cocoa producing areas and engage directly with the farmers.
To answer any questions or any observations and we have confidence that we'll get to the bottom of it. The NPP always have proven to respond to challenges of our country, and the Ghanaian people are waiting to hear from their savior. They know you will be able to say something that will be assuring, and not just assuring, also an honest statement for them to know that you will not just come and make promises that cannot be fulfilled. We are here to present our report to you. Interestingly, while we were on our tour, we thought our opponent or the government would give us some good response. On the contrary, what they said was that the price at which we let cocoa, a bag of cocoa, 3,500, their price now, which is 2,500, is better than the 3,500. And that was, I mean, apart from the insults they rain on us, that was their response. And the farmers also expressed a lot of confidence that we should let you be aware of our findings, and saying that with a lot of expectation, knowing that you duly respond to them. So we are here for and on behalf of the group to present our report to you. We are grateful, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, receiving the committee's report, Dr. Bawumia said the findings would be referred to the party's policy committee on agriculture, food security and agribusiness for further analysis. He noted that the exercise would help shape practical policy proposals intended to strengthen the cocoa sector and improve the welfare of farmers.
This is the Minority Caucus Select Committee, which was put together to tour the cocoa areas at my instance when this issue came up. As you have rightly said, we had a shock, not only the cocoa farmers but the country as a whole, when contrary to the expectation of our cocoa farmers, rather than getting an increase in the price of cocoa to 6,500 per bag, as they had been promised, the price was rather reduced to about 2,500, below the 3,100 or 200 that they had been, promised. And so this resulted in a real major shock for the farmers, and this is what resulted in the demonstrations that we saw that were happening in many cocoa communities, because clearly this was a price shock, but it was also a livelihood shock, an income shock for the farmers, because all their plans and so on had come crashing down. Their expectations had come crashing down. And in the midst of all of what was happening,
Away from that, you are now turning straight to the first ever Jubilee Crude Oil BEP ceremony with President John Dramani Mahama.
We make welcome our special guest, Ghana's Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, MP. We're joyful at the presence of the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Ghana, His Excellency Tong Defa. Thank you. We receive with great delight the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Mr. Anthony Sapong. Thank you very much. He's here also represented by the Commissioner of Customs. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for him. Thank you very much. Let's receive with overwhelming joy, ladies and gentlemen, the founder and chairman of the Central Group, who is also the founding president of the Ghana Fijian Chamber of Commerce and the vice chair of the Ghana Association of Chinese Societies, yours and mine, Mr. Hu Ninghuan. By his side is the CEO of the Glass Palace Limited, his beloved wife, Madam Wanji Hiang. Thank you very much. We receive also with joy the acting president of the Tema Traditional Council, who is the Tema Mankralo, Ni Ajiti Agbu II, and members of the Tema Traditional Council. Let's make them welcome with a round of applause. It is proper that we receive Talu Oil, or Talu, the operators of the Jubilee and 10 fields and facilitators of Ghana's crude oil for local refineries. Let's make them welcome too. Thank you. It will be remiss of me not to acknowledge industry titans, the MD of the Bulk Oil Storage and Transport Company, Mr. Wuno Afeti, a round of applause. The CEO of the GNPC, the Managing Director of TOR, the CEO of the GIPC, CEO of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, MDs of banks, insurance companies, the board chair of VALCO, the Director General of the Ghana Standards Authority, CEO of the Environmental Protection Agency, the CEO of So Energy, together with other OMCs and BDCs, MD of TDC, CEO of the Ghana Integrated Iron and Steel Corporation, together with directors, officials, and officials of ministries, departments, and agencies, together with you, our esteemed guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, we say accept the warm and generous recognition of Central Oil Refinery. Today's program is rather brief, which will speak to the heart of the matter while we're here. Our first address will come from the Executive Assistant to the Chairman of the Central Oil Refinery. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please make welcome Mr. Eric Lin.
Good afternoon. The representative of Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, honorable ministers, members of parliament, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Central Oil Refinery's first ever Jubilee Crude Oil Birthing Ceremony. Today marks a historic milestone for Ghana. For the first to promote value addition, industrialization, energy security, and local content developments. On behalf of the board, management, and staff of Central Oil Refinery, I express our sincere appreciation to the government of Ghana, our regulatory institutions, partners, and stakeholders whose support has made to this historic moment possible. Today is not only the arrival of crude oil cargo, it is beginning of new chapter in Ghana energy and industrial transformation. Once again, welcome to Central Oil Refinery. May God bless Central Oil Refinery, and may God bless the Republic of Ghana. Thank you.
And for that warm note of welcome, may God bless you, Mr. Eric Lin, Executive Assistant to the Chairman. Please, another round of applause. Since last year, Ghana's first privately owned oil refinery, Central, has really expanded Ghana's refining capacity and strengthened its ability to process petroleum products locally. But what does today's investment really mean for our economy at large? Shortly, we get to hear from the chairman. I ask that for those of you in need of translation devices, you please raise your hand and obtain one immediately. And so, as many as are ready, it is my pleasure to invite to address us today the founder and executive chairman of the Central Group, Mr. Ning Huan, who, a round of applause as he comes.
Good afternoon. Today is a very important day for our Central Oil Refinery. Also today is a honorable John Jinabo Day. Today our honorable is the best day. Congratulations. 尊敬的能源与绿色转型部长约翰·阿杜莱杰纳波部长阁下，尊敬的贸易、农业综合企业与工业部长伊丽莎白·奥夫苏阿加雷阁下，各位部长阁下，各位国会议员，加纳国家石油公司。
Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, representatives of GNPC, the Petroleum Commission, MPA, GPHA, and our regulatory institutions, traditional leaders, diplomatic corps, captains of industry, development partners, members of the media, to you all. Today marks a defining moment in the economic and industrial history of the Republic of Ghana. We gather not merely to witness the birthing of a cargo of crude oil. We gather to celebrate a historic national achievement. The first delivery of Ghana's Jubilee crude oil to be refined on Ghanaian soil for the benefit of the Ghanaian people. Today demonstrates that Ghana is moving beyond being simply an exporter of raw resources. Ghana is embracing a future where our natural wealth is processed, refined, transformed, and utilized within our own borders to create jobs, build industries, generate foreign exchange, and strengthen our economic sovereignty. As President John Dramani Mahama has consistently emphasized, natural resources must become instruments of industrial transformation and national prosperity. Today, that vision is becoming reality. For many years, Ghana exported crude oil while spending billions of dollars importing refined petroleum products. We the exported value and imported dependence. That model cannot sustain the aspirations of a Ghanaian modern and industrializing nation. The arrival of Jubilee crude oil at Central Refinery represents the beginning of a new chapter where Ghana retains more value from its natural resources, strengthens its energy security, and builds a resilient industrial economy capable of competing globally. This refinery stands as a symbol of confidence in Ghana's future. It stands as proof that strategic partnership between government and private investors can accelerate industrial growth, technology transfer, and economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, Central Oil Refinery is far more than a refinery. It is an industrial platform. It is an ecosystem. It is a catalyst for transformation. Its operations can employ opportunities for engineers, technicians, logistics operators, transporters, contractors, suppliers, and thousands of young Ghanaians seeking productive livelihoods. Every additional barrier refined locally creates economic activity throughout the value chain. Every expansion of refining capacity creates opportunities for local businesses. Every investment in industrial infrastructure strengthens Ghana's competitiveness. This is why Central remains fully committed to supporting the government of Ghana's vision of making Ghana the preferred petroleum processing and trading hub of West Africa and the Sahel region. Our strategic location provides a unique opportunity to supply refined petroleum products to neighboring landlocked countries including Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and other countries across the Sahel region. We believe Ghana can become a leading exporter of refined petroleum products. We believe Ghana can become the preferred destination for petroleum storage, processing, and trading in Africa. This vision requires strong collaboration between government and industry. It requires investment certainty. It requires infrastructure development. It requires long-term strategic planning. In this regard, Central respectfully appeals to the government of Ghana to support the establishment of direct crude oil offtake arrangements between Central Refinery and our international and local partners. Such arrangements will provide supply certainty, improve operational efficiency, strengthen refining capacity, and support the long-term objective of maximizing local value addition from Ghana's petroleum resources. Ladies and gentlemen, our journey is not only beginning. I am delighted
那长期承诺及企业社会责任的重要组成部分。我们仅向政府提出申请，希望能够支持并批准由深作厂商挖沟环岛以重业区和路段向高标准混凝土道路建设项目。该基础设施项目将有效改善交通运输条件，降低物流成本，促进工业运营效率，增强投资者信心，并提升加纳最重要工业走廊之一的整体生产力。这一项目不仅惠及深拓，更将惠及园区内所有企业、投资者以及广大劳动者，也将成为深拓为加纳工业转型所做出的又一项实际贡献。女士们、先生们，今天成就同样体现了加纳与中国之间深厚而持久的友谊。深作炼油厂充分证明，当国际投资与国家发展降落高度契合时，能够创造怎样的发展成果。它证明了工业合作能够实现共同繁荣，它证明了经济合作能够与普通民众带来切实利益。为庆祝这一历史性的成就之际，我郑重承诺，始终坚持诚信经营，坚持公开透明，坚持环境保护，严格遵守加纳共和国法律法规。我们将继续致力于安全生长，继续致力于可持续发展，继续致力于本地化人才和产业发展。最重要的是，我们将继续为加纳经济转型做出积极贡献。历史将铭记今天，历史将铭记这一时刻，这是加纳迈向能源自主的重要一步。历史将铭记这一时刻，这是加纳利用自身资源推动自身发展的重要一步。历史将铭记这一刻，这是政府与企业携手共建未来的重要一步。正如马哈马总统阁下所说，未来属于那些能够为自己的产品创造附加值，并利用自身资源创造就业机会的国家。今天加纳正在这样做，愿上帝保佑深作炼油厂，愿上帝保佑加纳共和国，愿上帝继续指引马哈马总统阁下领导下的国家转型发展事业。谢谢大家 ，Thank you。
Ghana Dance Ensemble, please, a round of applause for them. And for his bold vision and missionary zeal which have produced this symbol of confidence in Ghana's future. Ladies and gentlemen, help me say a big thank you once again to the founder and executive chairman of the Central Group, Mr. Hu Ning-Wan. A round of applause. Thank you very much. We thank you also for all that you're doing to actually consolidate the gains made as we advance to phase 2, which will be launching shortly in the next 2 weeks. Kind courtesy, the President of the Republic will be joining us. But today, particularly grateful to be here is a man who has walked the entire length and breadth of this infrastructure that we're yet to commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of the National Petroleum Authority joins us, Mr. Godwin Kojo Aduji Tamaklo. Please, a round of applause. Thank you very much for joining us. He joins us together with directors from the NPA. We say, receive the warm and generous recognition of Central. In moving on, we're mindful of certain efficiency gains that will accrue from these great initiatives. Shifting from product import economy to a self-sufficient refining hub completely rewrites Ghana's story on the macroeconomic front. Some of the benefits would include eliminating about 4.8 billion import drain, additionally saving 320 million in freight losses, and coupled with that, hard currency preservation. But who better to explain all these things for us in minutest details than Ghana's Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Make welcome the Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu, HRA, MP.
Thank you very much. Honorable John Abdullahi Jinapor, Ghana's Minister for Energy and Green Transition, representing His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Excellency John Dramani Mahama, on your birthday. Help me wish him a happy birthday with a big round of applause. Happy birthday, brother. Your dinner is on me tonight. Mr. Hu Ning-Wan, Chairman of the Central Group, the Chief Executive Officer of Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, heads of GNPC, Exploco, Tullow Oil, Cosmos Energy, Occidental Petroleum, and Petro SA, distinguished representative of Central Group, captains of industry. I can see a lot of people I can recognize, so you are all part of the distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. There are moments in a nation's life that deserve to be marked with a deep sense of gratitude and pride. Today is one of those moments. For the first time in Ghana's history, as an oil-producing nation, a cargo of Jubilee crude, lifted from beneath our own waters, has arrived not in Rotterdam, Guangzhou, or the Gulf of Mexico, but here on the Ghanaian soil at a world-class refinery in Tema, to be refined into fuel by a private oil refinery that will power Ghanaian homes, businesses, and roads. Ladies and gentlemen, for over 15 years, we watched our crude depart our shores and reach the economies of other nations and return to us as finished products at prices we could not control. Every time fuel costs rose, it was the trotro driver, the market woman, the farmer at Jamatimponim, Tiobodom, Ofuman, Doma, and the fisherman at Elmina and Bupe who absorbed the blow. Today, that cycle begins to change as we begin to build the Ghana that President John Dramani Mahama reset agenda envisions. A Ghana that extracts its wealth and transforms it. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what has been achieved here at Central is a cause for immense national pride. And I want every person in this room to feel the full weight of what they have helped us to build. A refinery of this scale and sophistication does not rise from ambition alone. It rises from sacrifice, from years of patient work, from the courage to invest when others hesitated, and a belief, steadfast and unshaken, that Ghana was worth it. The diesel produced here will power our trucks and cold chain. The LPG will offer cleaner cooking fuel for our families. The asphalt will lay the very roads our nation needs to grow. And behind every barrel, every product, every linkage to transport, agriculture, manufacturing and infrastructure are people, Ghanaian workers, Ghanaian tax collectors, Ghanaian engineers, Ghanaian families whose life will be better because this refinery exists. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to Chairman Shu Ninkwan and the entire Central Group, I speak on behalf of government and people of Ghana when I say, we see you, we honor you, we thank you. You made a bold and visionary commitment, nearly $2 billion investment in Ghana at a time when many looked away. You did not waver. You built, persevered. You stand at the threshold of something truly historic today. Your conviction that Africa must stop exporting raw materials and begin owning its own value chain is not just a business philosophy. It is a patriotic act for this continent. Ghana shares that conviction completely. And I want you to know with absolute certainty that you do not walk on this road alone. The government of Ghana, under the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama, stands with you as a committed partner. We have committed to helping build the local service ecosystem that will grow around this refinery. We are committed to working with you on the next frontier: petrochemicals, fertilizers, plastics, and specialty inputs that will deepen Ghana's industrial base and reduce our dependence on imports. Ghana is not only interested in our exports, we are also interested in import substitution, because it also helps us to retain our hard-earned foreign exchange. My ministry heard of the great excitement during our recent visit to China that a fertilizer plant is being planned for Ghana. Agreeing to go with you to China shows that my ministry and I are ready to be your partner in making that fertilizer factory a reality. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the resource curse has always had a remedy. Not the abandonment of our resources, but the transformation of same. Central has given us the platform. What comes next will define the depth of our industrial transformation. To the workers of Central Oil, to the engineers, the technicians, the operators, support staff, you are living proof of what Ghana can do when given the tools and the trust. You have our deepest admiration and unwavering support. To our partners at GNPC, the Petroleum Commission, and across the upstream sector, your collaboration made this day possible. The government is grateful, and we look forward to deepening that partnership as we move towards phase 2 and beyond. Ghana is on the move. Our best days are not behind us. They are being built right now, right here, in facilities like this one. Let this ceremony be a declaration to the world. Ghana does not just extract its wealth. Ghana builds with it. And as I always end, may God bless our effort. Thank you for your kind attention.
Put your hands together for Ghana's Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare MP. Oh, please do it warmly. Thank you, Lord. And she did not disappoint, breaking down all the benefits in granular detail. And so if you're joining us here at the Central Oil Refinery in the Tema Heavy Industrial Area, or joining us on GTV, the station of the nation, on radio, on television, or online, we welcome you to this moment in history where we commissioned the first ever Ghanaian Jubilee crude oil berth right here at the Central Oil Refinery. It is a bold statement of Ghana's preparedness to pursue her energy security agenda and industrial transformation. In moving on, we would like to have an appreciation of our journey so far. For the next few minutes, please lend your attention to the screen as we showcase to you the Central Refinery story. Enjoy.
In the heart of the Gulf of Guinea, Ghana's energy story began with a vision to transform natural resources into national prosperity. From the discovery of commercial oil in the Jubilee field to the emergence of modern industrial economy, Ghana has continued its journey towards energy independence, value addition, and economic transformation. For years, Ghana exported its crude oil while importing much of its refined petroleum products. Today, that story is changing. In January 2024, a bold vision became reality. The Central Oil Refinery was officially commissioned in Tema, marking one of the most significant private industrial investments in Ghana's energy sector. Developed by a multi-phased refinery complex to support Ghana's growing energy needs and create value from Africa's petroleum resources. Beginning with an initial processing train of approximately 40,000 barrels per day and progressing towards a planned capacity of up to 100,000 barrels per day, Central represents a new generation of modern refining infrastructure in West Africa. Built with advanced refining technology and significant international investment, Central Oil Refining is helping strengthen Ghana's domestic refining capacity, supporting energy security, creating employment opportunities, and contributing to industrial growth. The refinery has emerged as a major contributor to local petroleum production, supporting Ghana's ambition to become a leading energy and industrial hub in Africa. And now, another historic chapter is written. On the 8th of June 2026, Central Oil Refinery proudly hosts its first ever Jubilee crude oil berth ceremony. For the first time, Ghana's flagship Jubilee crude arrives at Central Oil Refinery as part of a national vision to increase local refining, maximize value addition, strengthen industrial capacity, and deepen Ghana's participation across the petroleum value chain. This is more than a crude oil delivery. It is a symbol of Ghana's industrial progress, a demonstration of confidence in local refining, a commitment to value addition, a commitment to job creation, a commitment to industrialization, a commitment to national transformation. From offshore of oil fields to local refineries, from local refineries to industries, from industries to jobs, from jobs to prosperity, the value chain of transformation is taking shape. Central Oil Refinery stands at the center of this journey, connecting Ghana's natural resources to Ghana's industrial future. As Ghana advances its vision of industrialization, energy security, and economic transformation, partnerships between governments, industry, and investors will continue to unlock new opportunities for future generations. Today, we celebrate a milestone. Tomorrow, to build a legacy. Century Oil Refinery, refining Ghana's future, powering industry, creating value, driving industrial transformation, fueling national progress, building a stronger Ghana.
Put your hands together for a truly inspiring and amazing story of national development. We're particularly grateful for the presence of the Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transitions, the Honorable Richard Jan Mensah, who joins us. Please, a round of applause for him too. Thank you very much. Somebody say the word resetting. Oh, come on. Say it with vim. Resetting. Now we know we have some enemies of the state. Today, resetting has a new meaning. It means, in the words of the President of the Republic, natural resources must become investments for industrial transformation and national prosperity. Who better to articulate that for us than a man who represents him as our very own Minister for Energy and Green Transitions. Would you please make welcome our guest of honor, the Honorable John Jinapor, MP.
Thank you very much. Let me stand on the existing protocols ably articulated by my sister, my comrade, and my colleague minister, the Honorable Minister for Trade and Agribusiness, who has benevolently, and let me re-emphasize the word, benevolently, offered to host me for dinner this evening. Please, let's give her a round of applause. Just that I haven't told her the number of people who will be coming for that dinner. So I'll let her know at the appropriate time. But on this auspicious occasion, let me thank all of you, and to make it clear that today indeed marks a historic and significant milestone in Ghana's petroleum industry and in our broader national effort to maximize value from our national resources. It is therefore a great honor for me to join you on this occasion to witness the delivery of our own locally produced crude oil from the Jubilee fields to Central Oil Refinery Limited for processing and refining here in Ghana. This achievement goes beyond a commercial transaction. It represents a deliberate national policy decision to deepen local value addition, strengthen energy security, promote industrialization, and retain a greater share of the benefit derived from Ghana's petroleum resources within our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, for many years, Ghana exported crude oil whilst importing substantial volumes of refined products here in Ghana. Indeed, for about 8 years, our own refinery was virtually down for that long period of time. While that model served an important purpose because it ensured product availability, it was clear that that model was not sustainable. True economic transformation requires that we process, refine, and add value to our resources locally. By so doing, we end up creating jobs, building technical capacity, strengthening domestic industries, and generating greater economic benefit for our people. If we did not do that, As I come here, I see a lot of you in your attire, which symbolizes or indicates that all of you have been employed by Central Refinery. Can you imagine if we did not have this refinery? It meant that hundreds of you seated here would have either been home looking for jobs or competing with others for limited space. And so let us congratulate and give a round of applause to Mr. Shu for what he's done so far. This milestone affirms the long-standing vision of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, who has indicated that he is committed to deepening local participation and value addition not only within Ghana's petroleum sector, but ensure that our natural resources contribute more directly to industrial development and national prosperity. It is worth recalling that in 2016, and this anchors the vision of His Excellency the President, approximately 1 million barrels of oil was delivered from the 10 fields to the Tema Oil Refinery for processing. Unfortunately, however, and this is very unfortunate, we left office soon after we delivered that parcel of crude oil, and the rest is history. Today is a very, very good occasion. It's a very joyous occasion. So I do not want to visit some of the mishaps and the unfortunate issues that took place in the past. And so today, in line with the President's vision, we are delivering the first parcel of crude oil from the Jubilee field to the Central Refinery. And I think that President Mahama deserves a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the Central Oil Refinery has emerged undoubtedly as one of the most significant private sector investments in Ghana's downstream industry. The refinery, originally designed to process about 100,000 barrels per stream day facility, is yet to be fully operational. I am pleased to note that following the completion of the first phase in 2024, which produces or processes 40,000 barrels, the Central Refinery is gearing up to commence the construction and completion of the second phase, which will add another 60,000 barrels of oil to be produced per day. On completion of the second phase, this will take the refinery's capacity to 100,000 barrels per day. And if you combine what Central will be doing with what Tema Oil Refinery is doing, because as we speak, not only are we delivering crude oil to Central, Tema Oil, which was put up for sale, has taken delivery of 1 million barrels of crude oil to process as well. And so your guess is as good as mine. If these two refineries are processing at their peak, Ghana would no longer need to import crude oil. We'll rather become an oil exporter when it comes to finished products. And from what we are doing, and from what we are witnessing, it is obvious that under His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, we are on course and we are resetting the country and making it functioning for the Republic of Ghana. But permit me to tell you this, and I want to reveal this. The significance of today's event became even more apparent following the recent conflict or war between the United States and Iran. The implication of the escalating political tension in the Middle East, particularly this conflict that I mentioned, meant that we're facing a very, very serious challenge. And you will recall that working in partnership with the MPA, we had to subsidize diesel by 2 cedis for 1 month so that Ghanaians will be cushioned. Today, as we speak, we are still subsidizing diesel by 1 cedi, even in the midst of the global tension. And so a cabinet meeting was called, a special cabinet meeting, to discuss the possible impact of the conflict and how Ghana can take proactive steps in order to mitigate the adverse effects of the conflict. And during that cabinet meeting, among other measures that were taken, the President directed that the Ministry of Energy, working in collaboration with other cabinet ministers, should explore the possibility of refining our own crude oil here in Ghana rather than exporting them or the crude oil in raw form. The Ministry of Energy responded swiftly because we firmly believe that the domestic refinery is not only an energy security imperative, but also a critical component of our industrial transformation agenda. Following the President's directive, the Ministry engaged with various stakeholders, including Central, the Jubilee partners, the Sankofa partners, MPA, BOST, and all other stakeholders to ensure that we develop a roadmap to achieve the President's vision. We subsequently held extensive discussions with GNPC as well. We also spoke to Exploco and Tullow, Cosmos, Vitol, and other stakeholders to facilitate the necessary commercial and operational arrangements. I'm pleased to announce that these collaborative efforts have yielded today's positive results, and we are here to witness this very, very significant ceremony where we are delivering the crude oil. I want to thank Tullow, I want to thank the Jubilee partners and everybody, the Minister for Trade and all stakeholders who worked tirelessly to ensure that we achieve this milestone. This achievement certainly demonstrates the power of collaboration and what can be accomplished when government and industry work together in pursuit of a common national objective. Beyond the immediate commercial benefit, this initiative has significant strategic implications for Ghana. A stronger domestic refinery industry helps fuel oil and petroleum supply reliability. It reduces exposure to international supply shocks, improves foreign exchange retention, creates employment opportunities, and supports the growth of ancillary industries across the petroleum value chain. Because as you refine oil, you get other byproducts and other products which benefits the entire value chain. And for me, that is highly commendable. As Minister for Energy, I wish to emphasize that you have my full support, and I will work with Central to ensure that we bring on stream second phase to create jobs for the ordinary Ghanaian. Our objective is therefore clear: to leverage Ghana's own resources responsibly whilst investing in cleaner energy solutions for tomorrow. On behalf of the government of Ghana, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to all stakeholders whose collaboration, commitment, and cooperation has made this initiative possible. In particular, and without exception, I acknowledge GNPC and Exploco. I equally acknowledge Tullow Ghana, Cosmos Energy, Petro SA, Vitol Ghana, Central Oil Refinery, and all the partners within the Jubilee field and Sankofa fields who continue to support us. Let me assure investors and industry players that government remains committed to promoting policies that encourages investment, supports local value addition, and strengthen collaboration across the entire value chain. We will continue to provide the necessary environment, a business-friendly environment, so that we can attract more investment into this country. As we celebrate this important milestone, let us remain focused on the bigger objective for us: transforming Ghana from a producer of raw materials into a nation that increasingly processes, refines, and adds value to its own resources. That is certainly the pathway towards industrial transformation, sustainable job creation, economic resilience, and shared prosperity. Together, we can build an energy sector that does not only powers the economy, but also serves as a catalyst for national development and industrial growth. I want to thank all of you for your attention, and I want to thank everybody who has made this day possible. It must not end here. This should be the beginning. And so let me appeal to the Jubilee partners. This is just the first one. We are waiting for round 2, round 3, round 4, and all the rounds forever. It shouldn't be a one-day activity. We are also working with the Sankofa partners and all the other stakeholders to ensure that we do not just support Central, but every other refinery in this country, so that we can add value to our own product. I hereby declare, and that one, I'm the only person who can do that one. I hereby declare the arrival and docking of the first Jubilee crude oil here at the Central Refinery. May this event usher us into greater days ahead. Thank you very much. God bless us all.
Exported its crude oil, while importing much of its refined petroleum. Discovery of commercial oil in the Jubilee field to the emergence of modern industrial economy.
Put your hands together. It is finally here. Honorable Minister, we want to thank you ever so much. But Honorable Minister, it's your birthday today. How are you spending it?
You know, when you are energy minister, honestly speaking, you don't celebrate birthdays. After my tenure as energy minister, I know by God's grace there will be more birthdays to celebrate. Because there's work to be done. But I thank all of you for the birthday messages. God bless us all. Thank you very much.
But as Central, we won't let you just work like that. We'll chill with you. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the birthday cake. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Honorable. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Oh, let's sing it together. May God bless you now. Bring it down, Mr. DJ. May God bless you now. May God bless. May God bless. May God bless you now. Respectfully, I invite our chairman, together with the Honorable Minister, the Deputy, and colleagues from the regulators, to join the Honorable Minister as they cut together. And so, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Let's join the Honorable Minister as he cuts this cake. In the name of God, who is Father, who is Son, and who is Holy Ghost. Hip, 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 and hip, hip. We say happy birthday to you, Honorable Minister. Mr. DJ, give him a song.
Anyone who takes offense at a day in your celebration, because we all know in our minds that there ought to be a time that we can set aside to show just how much we love you. And I'm sure you would agree, what could fit more perfectly than to have a world party on the day you came to
much. Please help me celebrate the Honorable Minister once again, the Honorable John Chinapor, Ghana's Minister for Energy and Green Transitions. And by so doing, please help me celebrate the President of our Republic, who appointed him to be here. A round of applause for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Honorable Minister, please extend our appreciation to him for all that he keeps doing for us to contribute our quota to our nation's development. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, where do we move to? Shortly, we get to unveil the Jubilee Crude Berth plaque. Ideally, we should have done it at the port, but we certainly cannot all fit there because of family planning. But we put together something very innovative, and shortly I shall be calling upon the unveil party to do so. But we at Central Refinery are pleased to announce that on the 24th of June 2026, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will join us here as we officially cut sword for Phase 2 of the Central Expansion Project. Please put your hands together in celebration. And so you can see on your tables that we have invitation cards. Please do well to mark your calendar and make a date with us on that fateful day. The expansion will represent many significant milestones for us. The Phase 2 will substantially increase refining capacity. As you've heard from the Honorable Ministers, we will move from 40,000 to 100,000 barrels per day. But most importantly, it will create thousands of additional direct and indirect jobs across the petroleum, logistics, engineering, construction, and services sectors. The impact will extend far beyond this refinery. And so on behalf of Central, I'd like to say a big thank you to each and every one of you, starting with you, our guest of honor, the Honorable Minister for Energy and Green Transitions, our special guest, the Minister for Trade, and all who have attended to our call. We're just about ending the first phase, but the second phase will start shortly. First with the unveil, and then the tour, which will be a limited group. All of us will view the activity on screen, and when it's time, we'll all be led in sections to go and view the installations. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to invite the following as they join me here, starting with all friends from the media. Media crew, respectfully, I ask that you take your place right here in the inner perimeter. And while the members of the press are well positioned, it is my pleasure to invite the following to take their place as members of the unveil party. Pleasure is mine to invite NPA, the National Petroleum Authority, to please join us here. A round of applause. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, a representative. The Ghana Standards Authority, a representative, please. Representing our financiers, EcoBank Ghana Limited. A round of applause as they come. Let's also have Sophie across. Okay. Across like this. Let me also invite the Free Zones Authority, a representative. The GIPC, if there be a representative, please join us here. Tema Oil Refinery, a representative, please. The GNPC, a representative. Let me invite the Tema Mankralo, who is the president, acting president of the Tema Traditional Council. My pleasure to invite a representative from the Chinese Embassy, representing the ambassador. Let's make welcome, ladies and gentlemen, finally, our founder and executive chair, together with the Minister for Trade and our guest of honor, the Minister for Energy and Green Transitions. Together with Madame Wenji, Honorable Minister. Chairman, we invite you to the other side. Chairman, please here. Chairman, please here. Okay. All right. And so, all is set now for the cutting of the ribbon to signify the unveil of the birth. Are we ready? Honorable Minister, it has fallen to you, together with our chairman, to please proceed, and the Minister for Trade to please proceed to the middle. Honorable Minister, a few words.
On this auspicious occasion, as we cut the ribbon to signify the birthing of the first parcel of crude from the Jubilee field, may this day usher us into greater days. Thanks be to God. Amen.
Amen. And so we unveil this plaque right before you, Honorable Minister. Behold. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. The first Ghanaian Jubilee crude vessel right here is hereby unveiled. Put your hands together. And so, members of the press, I ask that you all come back. Please come behind the dignitaries. Right. Let's come behind them. Right. It's important that we receive to join the party here. Salu, operators of the Jubilee and 10 fields, representing all the partners. Your party with you, come on now. Let's wait for Salu as they join the unveil party. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! All right. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Honorable Minister, it falls to you and this unveil party to be led to the edifice where you will take a tour, after which we shall all follow you in turns. Samson Dean will lead the team. Let's have some music in the background. Members of the press, please proceed with the unveil party as they take their tour first, and we all be led in sections. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we have enough food and drinks coming your way to keep you refreshed. We shall surely join the tour in a jiffy. Thank you very much. Mr. DJ, let's have some music. Master boyangana nyom party.
When you touch me, I go jump. You better make I budger. When I see you walk, carry budger. The way you smile make me budger. When you touch me, I go jump. You better make I budger.
Angelina, you the cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver. I no go fall in your hand never. So now me you could love forever. I'm a cocky no feeble letter. I'm a Angelina, with my Angelina. Oh me all down. Anytime when I see you for the club or the television, your body. Sure you know no safety when you carry 50 kill somebody. You know I feel a vibe, you feel a vibe, so baby whine about me. Yeah, and I know you shy, but it's cool when we're making love. On the low, 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 on the low. Angelina, you the cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver. I no go fall in your hand never. So now me you could love forever. I'm a cocky no feeble letter. I'm a Angelina. See don't tell when we get shy. Don't tell when we get shy. See don't tell when we get mania. See don't tell when we get mania. Since 1960, yeah. Don't tell when we get shy. Since 1930, no. Don't tell when we get shy. We dey do skeleton. You dey do your body skeleton. You dey do we dey do skeleton. Just make your money on your body, bunny. Baby girl Pulani, you dey wine follow me. So tell me she metabolani, whatever show they do, you dey do Kulani. The water, dirty pussy carter. Baby girl, you know, say that's a body bad. If you want to do, then we got the party. Baby girl, you know, you can never be a bad. You dey do skeleton.
I like the way you shake body. I get money, and then you wear my cody. I swear I lie. The woody make sure you don't go sorry. Forget your worry. I dey come to spend so lash money. Why? Yeah, bro, that I am jam, bro. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah, bro, that I am, bro. Hey, yeah, bro, that I am jam, bro. Yeah, bro. And then you Friday, oh you confirm me crack on you. My GB pay, we compare baby I can share cody. Minty who pays, Obi and Pata assembly. Me do kokobi, me babe swap Obi and Kochi. Adolf, the turntable assassin.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, for now it's lunchtime. Our ushers will be coming by your tables to escort you in class and in style. Eat to your full, enjoy, because Central this day is pleased to have you all here with us. We'll see you again on the 24th of June. Members of the press, please wait at the reception for a special briefing. All members of the press, please wait behind at the reception for a special briefing. Thank you.
Oh no, and you see my lifestyle, I got G's in the dope. For sure. See many people there outside where they feed man's oboe. Oh no, I mean I stand the defender like Joseph Yobo. My girl say she want Netflix and chill, so I chatty get even money. If you fall in love, clearly certain. You go to breakfast, I'm not capping. Can you see the pool, I'm not catching. I'm not faking this, no fugazi. You see these feelings, I'm not catching. I'm on quest and feet, I just want it. Business. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you, you go right. All I care for the night. Business. If I broke, now my business. Oh no, and you see my lifestyle, I got G's in the double. For sure. See many people there outside where they feel.
The flooding in Accra is not an engineering problem. It is just a problem of indiscipline. It's not an engineering problem, it's a problem of indiscipline. We have drains, and everybody says, why don't you do sealed drains? But the problem is when we do sealed drains, people drink sachet water, they eat papaya in those styrofoam plastics, and they just dump them anywhere. And these plastics wash into the drain, and they go and block the drain. And so if you have to unclog the drain, you have to remove all the drain covers and clean it out. You clean it out, you cover it again. In the next 3, 4, 5 months, they have clogged again. But that is not even the major problem. The major problem is the location of Accra. You have the Kwapim mountain range and you have the Atlantic Ocean. Before people came to Accra, you had the Lafa stream, you had the Densu, you had the Sakumo stream, you had the Kole stream, you had the Odo stream. All of them were rainwater that falls in the mountains that flow through to the Atlantic Ocean. Then you come and build a city in the path of those streams. What do you expect the streams to do? And even if you build, leave the causeways. If you come to London, you see the canals in the city. If you go and build access, unfortunately, Nanan Misremu, our traditional rulers are selling plots in streams. The flooding in Accra is not an engineering problem. It is just a problem of indiscipline. It's not an engineering problem, it's a problem of indiscipline. We have drains, and everybody says, why don't you do sealed drains? But the problem is when we do sealed drains, people drink sachet water, they eat papaya in those styrofoam plastics, and they just dump them anywhere. And these plastics wash into the drain, and they go and block the drain. And so if you have to unclog the drain, you have to remove all the drain covers and clean it out. You clean it out, you cover it again. In the next 3, 4, 5 months, they have clogged again. But that is not even the major problem. The major problem is the location of Accra. You have the Kwapim mountain range and you have the Atlantic Ocean. Before people came to Accra, you had the Lafa stream, you had the Densu, you had the Sakumo stream, you had the Kole stream, you had the Odo stream. All of them were rainwater that falls in the mountains that flow through to the Atlantic Ocean. Then you come and build a city in the path of those streams. What do you expect the streams to do? And even if you build, leave the causeways. If you come to London, you see the canals in the city. If you go and build a house in that canal, where will the water go? It will go back into people's houses. Unfortunately, Nanan Misremu, our traditional rulers are selling plots in streams.
Welcome back. This is Good Afternoon Ghana on Metro TV. I am Desmond Okrekudanso, and we brought to you the live coverage of Central Oil Refinery's first ever of the Jubilee crude oil. We're going to have that in Ghana, and then you saw the live coverage as we brought to you. And so many thanks for staying with us here on the program. We're live on Facebook, Metro TV Ghana, also on DSTV channel 277, and live on the radio, so 94.21 FM. We're getting quickly into the conversation about the perennial flooding situation we're having in Accra and major cities across the country. We are grappling with recurring floods and the concerns over unsafe construction, and experts are raising questions about the role of poor planning, weak enforcement of building regulations, and development in waterways and flood-prone areas. And to understand this, as you saw, we played for you the President, John Dramani Mohammed's statement on this, and he was talking about the waterways, the canals, and all of that. So we want to understand really from an expert's perspective. And so Reverend Professor Engineer Eric Ofosu-Antwi is a member of the Ghana Institution of Engineers and professor at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. He joins us via Zoom, so we get to appreciate the situation very well and get to know the construction issues we're having in the capital, Accra, and across several cities in the country. And he joins us via Zoom. Thank you very much for joining us, Prof. Hello, Prof. Okay, we've lost Reverend Professor Engineer Eric Ofosu-Antwi, who's joined us via Zoom. So quickly, we'll touch on this, and then, as you know, that the third batch of the Ghanaian evacuees have also arrived in Ghana last night, or yesterday afternoon, actually, at the Accra International Airport. They arrived, and that is after the second batch arrived on Saturday night from South Africa. We had 200 or 342 Ghanaians coming in yesterday, adding up to the earlier number of 297 from the first batch, and also just around 400 in the second batch, or 340 in the second batch. So that's nearly 1,000 Ghanaians who have been repatriated, or we have been evacuated, if I should put it that way, from South Africa and here in Ghana. Well, as they arrived, they were received by government officials. For the third batch was the Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister, James Chachi-Quayson, who was there together with the Deputy Chief of Staff, who received the Ghanaians and mentioned that as it is with all the other batches that came in, their skills will be put to good use. And so the National Apprenticeship Program from the National Youth Authority has been put together for them so that they would register and use their skills for the benefit of the nation. So I was there at the airport, and so we can take that, and then when we come back, we will try and connect to Reverend Engineer Professor. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, there's more here on Good Afternoon Ghana.
Through every stage of life, some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era when love was service. The silent statement of love. A thoughtful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hidradenitis suppurativa, using laser Legasure for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, as Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us and we will delight you. Visit the Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
It's me, Azar.
Hey, me now they see. Hey, you look fresh. Oh.
Hey.
With your label today.
Wait till you see what's inside me.
Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead. Buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
This Easter, Estate Masters Limited is giving you more reasons to celebrate in our extended Easter promo. Secure your dreamland at Nest Cottage, Chopoli with a massive 15% discount. Or choose Palm Hills, Gomwa Pamfukrom, also at 15% discount. And for lovers of the coast, Coastal Park, Mingo Prampram awaits you at 10% discount. Plus, enjoy free site visits and free documentation because we make land ownership simple. This Easter, don't just celebrate, invest in your future. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there's someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena, yes, ma'am. Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abena. Please.
Della. Abena bra.
Oh, Abena. If it's not Abena rice, I can't eat any of that.
Abena rice. Energy and kwa.
FDA. Ajayadi Nkratso Yatsumu.
Grab your bottle and unleash the taste of Storm Energy Drink. A bold flavor, a big attitude, feel the vibe, own the moment. It's your time to be different. Storm Energy Drink, make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At NNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy. Specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is several buying, a man is swing, Nesasu Mama Hotoso, a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
We're kicking your year off
in all her glory
with more because we got you.
You get it?
You know that we got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all, her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back from the break. We have Reverend Professor Engineer Eric Owusu-Antwi on Zoom now. We quickly want to hear from him about the construction problems we're having as a country. Reverend Professor Engineer, thank you very much for joining us. First off, what are the major engineering challenges that are contributing to these issues that we're seeing in the capital and other areas with the floods?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to your cherished listeners. Let me just be clear. Is it related to the collapsing of the buildings or the floods? Which of them do you want us to start with?
Well, I think that it goes either ways, because at the end of the day, the floods gets into places, weakens the buildings. But we can begin with the collapse of the buildings and then what the floods also do to weaken the buildings.
Okay, so when we look at the buildings that have collapsed, I think GHI set up a committee to investigate the Adenta collapse. And the interim report is showing that there are a lot of factors. One, the building, it's two, the construction poor because materials were not according to that. There were no structural designing drawings for it. And I think very unfortunate that it is not the only case. This, I believe, is happening all over the country for several reasons due to system breakdown. And I also think that there are system lapses that we should all try and begin to look at how we can close those lapses. Because professionally, if you want to put up a structure, you need to go for a building permit. But then the permit will require that you get professionals from the building industry to set that your building is professionally designed and withstand the load and everything that's coming on. So you need architectural, you need the structural engineering drawings, your technical reports. And these are very important. The processes must be followed. So you first need an architect to design the building in terms of the functionality of the building. And then you need a structural engineer to be able to calculate the load that is coming onto the building and the load that is eventually transmitted into the soil. And because you're going to put it on a soil structure, we need a geotechnical engineer to investigate the soil carrying capacity at various depths. And then that will tell us, the foundation design you're going to give to the building, because various soils have various carrying capacity. Now, having done that, we'll be able to determine the foundation size. And if we think that your soil cannot carry the building on isolated parts, there are engineering solutions that have to be done to be able to get the soil in a good condition for us to be able to put up structure. You can either drive down piles, deep down into the soil onto hard grounds, and then piles carry them, or you engineer the whole foundation. Instead of having isolated parts, you may need a tie beam across all the columns, or you may need the whole foundation to be a raft, so that the whole building become one monolithic one, and then you have differential settlements. So these are the engineering solutions you apply. And then you load the building right from the roof to every floor, the dead load and the live load. The dead loads are the weights of the slabs and the beams and the columns, and all of them are coming onto one column, which is going to transmit them to the ground. So you need to assess all that, and based on the load that is coming on the building, you have the dead and the live loads. Then you apply factors of safety, because I may think that maybe a building is going to be used for residential facility, but it may change over time. I should be able to apply some factors of safety so that when the normal usage changes, not drastically, but within a certain range, the building should still stand. You do all these designs, and that is what we'll be able to use to size the members of the structure, the column size, the beam size, the slab size, the reinforcements that you put into them. So when you have done all this, you put it in drawing, and then you add the calculations you have done to it for certification by the assembly. So this is what has to be done. And as an engineer, when you stamp this, you are also supposed to supervise the construction of the project and ensure that whoever is putting up this project builds it according to the specifications you have provided. This is the responsibility of every engineer. But unfortunately, mostly when people come to professionals for these services, they don't want to pay the professional charges. And in Ghana, we don't even charge per percentage. It's more of a negotiation. They are not willing to pay. So they go out for roadside draftsmen who will go around portraying their engineers. And then they go and get an engineer stamp. Some people, they will use their stamp, but they are not engineers. They've not even done the calculations. They stamp it for the permit to be given. And so the supervision is also not done well. And this is what happens to us. The danger is that if you're an engineer and you stamp and the building collapses, you will lose your license.
And Prof, that's one of the things that I was coming to, that we haven't exactly, or maybe I don't know, but I haven't heard that any engineer has been held liable for anything, a collapse of a building, and it's serving as a deterrent to other people, and hence we keep seeing some of these things. But again, I want to quickly, for us to move into the issues of the drainage system. how is it becoming a problem? Well, we know that some of the drains are choked. Is it that some of the drains are too small to contain the number or the level of water that is getting into them, or what exactly do we have to look at with our drainage system?
Okay, so on the license, I remember very well that the case of the collapse of the OA building in Kumasi some 20 years ago, the engineer who had stamped that structural lost his license because he refused to let the clients know that the building was designed for 3-story and he went for 4-story. So it has happened before, but it's not so common in Ghana, but they're having an incident like that. And when it comes to the drainage, I will just take it from the hydrological point of view. You see, when it rains, normally when it rains and the rain falls on the ground, 3 things happen to the rain. Either it seeps into the soil, or it runs off the surface of the soil and finds a drain, and then the drain takes it to a stream and the stream takes it to a river. Or the temperature on the soil can cause part of the rainwater to evaporate. Okay, so the 3 things happening. The partitioning is either evaporation, infiltration, or runoff. The evaporation is very minimal because you don't expect too much evaporation when it rains, unless this is a heated area. So the 2 phenomena that take more of the rain are the runoff and the infiltration. But the infiltration depends on the characteristics of the area.
Right.
If it's a forest area, you have more infiltration. If it's a grassland, you may have infiltration, but not as compared to forest. And if it is a hard ground, you will not have infiltration, but it will run off. So we realize that as Accra continues to develop, the amount of surface that will have received water through the ground has drastically reduced. A lot of places are covered, and therefore the percentage that will infiltrate have now been converted to runoff. So it adequately means that your drainage sizes that you had before are inadequate.
Mm-hmm.
So the drainage sizes must increase.
Okay.
Now when it comes to drainage, based on the formula for runoff, you need two phenomena: area, cross-sectional area, and slope. The higher your slope, the faster your drain, the discharge. Now, if your slope is constant and is not very high, then the cross-sectional area will increase. Because Accra is very flat, it's a plain land, our slope is virtually negligible. It's about just negligible, not existent. So it takes a long time for the water to be discharged. Therefore, the cross-sectional area of the discharge will increase. Once your runoff is increasing, the drain is not enough, and the water will begin to extend beyond the boundaries of the drain, and that is causing the flooding.
Right. Prof, I'm sorry to catch you. We are cut out with time. We'll definitely come back to you. We would have you on another time so that we can continue with this conversation. Very important to hear from experts like yourself. Reverend Professor Engineer Eric Ofosu-Antwi, thank you so much for speaking to us. And just an update on the Avenue building collapse. It has been confirmed that 3 people have died and 1 other survivor is battling for his life at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, as that person has been transferred to the police hospital. So that's the latest. We'll definitely bring you details of that subsequently at 7 p.m. on Newsnight. My name is Desmond Okrekoda. Thank you for watching.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
In a time where noise is loud but clarity is rare, one program is changing the conversation. Welcome to the Intelligence Desk. This is not a talk show. This is a working studio. Each week, we break down the biggest national and global issues from AI and digital transformation to trade, jobs, governance, and national competitiveness, and turn complexity into practical, usable knowledge. Sharp questions, structured thinking, real solutions built live on air. With resident resource person Dr. David King Boyson, the show moves beyond commentary, designing frameworks, mapping strategies, and holding decision makers accountable. accountable. From the big issue briefing to the strategy lab to the innovation and opportunity board, every episode delivers tools you can use. If you care about Ghana's future, if you value clarity over chaos, if you believe leadership requires intelligence, then this is your desk. The Intelligence Desk, hosted by RSM Kofi Dole Lawson on Metro TV, where Ghana thinks forward.
Of Ghana's was classified as poor.
This is Fair Generation Show, the program for smart children.
Fair Generation! Children, are you ready?
From finding your dream home to building a legacy for your family, the Homeowner Show has been your trusted guide.
How sure are you what you are getting is the right land? And it has to do with searches, land commission, checking social planning authority, checking everything to make sure that what you are buying is not a problem or a challenge prone transaction.
The stress of even not owning a house and constantly coughing up to rent is a big issue.
Join me, Hannah Atiasi, and my distinguished panelists as we delve into exciting conversations.
Season 3 of the Homeowner Show, every Saturday at 6 p.m., only on Metro TV. Don't just own a house, build a legacy for your family.
Hi, my name is Ochame Kwame, the rap doctor, and all I'm saying is during this World Cup, make Metro TV, Original TV and Original FM your official amazing production houses to watch all your tidbits, your behind the scenes, and get authentic news about the Black Stars and all the World Cup and enjoy. Tune in. Ochame Kwame, salute.
Catch every moment loud and live on Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.